you had a story, well, Angela, actually. And this just sort of gives you, I'm not going to say just how people's frames of reference and or points of view vary and differ. Do you have the Angela story about the Steve Prator story? Just run through that one.
Okay. The sheriff says a Keithville woman got a phone call from someone who told her, you've won $2 million.
Yikes.
But you do have to pay $999 on a gift card so you can claim the prize.
Okay. And then it ended up, if the office sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Yeah, and bank officials called the sheriff's office when the victim actually went to the bank to withdraw money.
Yep. Now, bluntly put, and I don't mean this in I apologize for Matt in advance, but what Matt said was, God, how could somebody be so dumb? And I responded, and you'll know exactly what I mean. And I said to Parky, I said, obviously, you never met my dad.
Yeah, that's true.
Past the age of 80 or 85, and he lived to be 93, I would be willing to bet we had to get him new credit cards 3 or 4 times.
Right.
Where someone would call, it would be a phone scam, and it would be a magazine. Did that happen to your mom as she got older, too?
Oh, yeah. She got a call from someone she told me was my son, who was in trouble.
I remember this. Go ahead.
And needed some bail money. And needed $1,000 to be wired to him. Thank the Lord she called me first. Because, of course, both of my sons are in the Marines, and neither one of them has been in a lick of trouble in many years. And
many years.
I had to add that, sorry. There is a little golf ball.
It's in fact, the anniversary is coming up.
Yeah, just passed the 5-year anniversary of the East Ridge prank.
Hey, Mr. Ricky.
Yeah, sorry, Ricky. But she called me, and she said, hey, is JW okay? And I said, what do you mean, Mom?
So
He just called me. He pretended to be my son, her grandchild.
And just rolling the dice. Some scam artist, some grifter, rolling the dice.
Well, no, it's more than rolling the dice.
How did they know?
It's more because he knew my son's name. He knew what to call her.
How did they know?
How they got her number, I don't know. It's somehow related to social media of some sort. Photos I've put up with photos of my mom.
Okay, so here's the deal. And I ask this question selfishly. And you'll see why. What happens? Look, your mother was how old when this happened?
Probably 83.
Okay, my dad was about 88 or 90. Okay? When she was 60 or 65 or 70, she never would have fallen for that.
Never.
My dad never would have fallen for...
Not a chance.
What happens?
You become more gullible.
What happens? Why? And is this all I have to look forward to? I'm going to have to change at some point, I'm just going to start giving out my credit card number over the phone to people I don't know.
People can talk you into things much easier.
Why?
Because as you age, you become more gullible.
I don't believe that.
More trusting.
Why?
I don't know.
What happens? What brain cell dies? What happens chemically?
Something as you get closer to death, you become more connected with, trying to do good before you leave, I guess. I don't know.
That great American Sherman Potter, that's horse hockey. Okay,
I don't know.
So if somebody calls me on the phone, I'm 64. If somebody calls me on the phone right now and wants my credit card number, there's no chance I give them my but what
HE double hockey sticks? No.
Okay, so what's going to happen in the next 10 years that is going to make me want, okay, here's my credit card number.
You're going to become softer. We've all known those crazy people at work who threw temper tantrums and went crazy at work. You check in on them 10 years later, they've mellowed a bit.
Well,
mellow a bit.
As an aging man, let me be the first to say.
Could you start mellowing now?
Let me be the first to say, quoting you from just moments ago, no one wants to become softer.